Are you looking to hire a nanny? Then you need to contact HelloNanny.com. Trying to find a nanny on your own takes a lot of time. Sure, you can ask friends or scour Facebook groups for a referral. But then what? You still need to vet them, and that takes time and skill. That's why we recommend HelloNanny.com, because they take the guesswork out of finding the perfect childcare match. With more than 20 years of experience, HelloNanny.com vets every candidate for you, using a proven process that has helped other families in the Park Cities find the perfect nanny for their family. But they don't just help you find a nanny. HelloNanny.com walks you through every facet of managing a domestic worker, making sure you know all the rules and regulations. So if you're considering hiring a nanny, go with the experts and visit HelloNanny.com or call them at 844-266-2669 and let them help you take the guesswork out of finding the perfect nanny for your family. Welcome to the Bubble Lounge. I'm Martha Jackson, and today we have some very special guests for all of our sports enthusiasts and community supporters. I am thrilled to be joined by the captains of the Lady Scots volleyball team, Caroline Cannon, Alex Richter, Talia Lardner, and Bella Ocampo. These remarkable young athletes have been leading their team with passion, dedication, and skill. In this episode, we will spotlight their journey, achievements, and what makes them such incredible leaders both on and off the court. We'll also discuss the importance of community support and how much it means to the team to see familiar faces cheering them on. And don't miss their first home game on Tuesday, August 20th. Let's rally behind the Lady Scots and make this season unforgettable. Ladies, thank you so much for being here today. Let's start by going around and introducing yourselves, telling what position you play, and how did you get into volleyball?
I'm Talia Lardner. I'm a middle blocker, and I went through almost every single sport that you could possibly do as a kid, and volleyball is the only one that really stuck out also because I am 6 foot tall. So.
I'm Caroline Cannon. I'm also a middle blocker, and I kind of started playing at the YMCA in the 3rd grade and just really loved it. My mom was also my coach when I started playing, so that made it super fun for me and just kind of continued to love it and kept playing and stuck with it. So
I'm Alex Richter. I'm an outside hitter, and as the same as Caroline and Talia, I started playing in 3rd grade at the YMCA, and I just fell in love with the sport and kept playing.
I'm Bella Ocampo. I'm also an outside hitter. I started a little differently. It's a family sport, so I started really early, and ever since I was little, I played volleyball.
Like, what age did you start?
I started when I was 5.
Oh my gosh, that is extremely young. Wow. Well, you guys are all the captains this year. Congratulations, by the way. Tell me about the process. How did you find out the news, and what was your reaction?
We had to do captain candidate videos, so it's where you make a 2-minute video about why you should be captain and what you would give to the program. And then we had to do voting. And then we found out one day after off season, and I think everyone's reaction was really different.
I think Talia might have shed a tear too.
I was crying a
but
bit.
we were all
I would
super
imagine.
excited.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was definitely a fun, exciting experience to do it with all the girls. We had a group hug, took a photo. That was pretty much it, but
Everyone
it was fun.
happy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when they announced it, everyone was kind of obviously really happy, but kind of relieved because we were so nervous that entire day. We kept texting each other I can't wait anymore to find out. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a 1-month long process. We had to watch the videos a week before we found out who got it. And then we had to do a vote a few days after we watched all the videos. So it was just definitely a long, stressful process.
So as leaders, you guys play a huge role in just motivating the whole team. How do you plan about going about getting everyone ready for the season?
I think one of our biggest goals for this season is to obviously unite the whole program and to make sure that everyone feels included. So obviously starting with the program party, getting everyone involved with each other and making sure we're cheering on each other at the games, and for the pre-varsity teams, making sure we're showing out and we're cheering and making cheers so that way they can also support us during our games.
we also really enjoy having fans in the stands. It just makes it so much more exciting for us as players to kind of feed off of that energy, and the support is just super helpful to feel like, we all are kind of united as a team, and also our fans are there to support us. So
Also for the first 30 people who show up to our games on any night is getting a free Canes box. So
Oh.
if
That's an
that
added.
doesn't give you motivation, I don't know what does.
Well, one of the questions I always ask our student athletes is, because I personally struggle with balancing everything and getting everything done, how do you balance something like being a team captain along with academics and all the practices and all the pressures you all have as teenagers?
Honestly, I would just say communicating with your teachers. It gets easier, like, definitely as we get older, like, knowing how to talk to our teachers and everything, but teachers work with their students. So we're missing a few days of school this season, so we just have to communicate with our teachers. It's going to be hard to start off talking with them if we won't even be there for the first day. But most teachers have, like, good relationships with their student athletes, and they just work with each other. So
I would say also I found that going into tutorials, whether it's in the morning or if we don't have a practice on like a Friday or a Tuesday when we have game days, to really go in and communicate with your teachers about, curriculum that you might have missed, and just to help encouraging your learning in a different way. I think sometimes it can be hard when you're missing school for tournaments or games. It gets hard, with the homework load if you have game night, if you have a test the next day, but just really trying to stay on top of it and working ahead of time to ensure that you can be successful at both aspects of your life.
Obviously, communicating with teachers is going to be very important for us in college because managing social life as well as school and projects will kind of help us to have a successful college, like school career. And also if we're playing sports in college, starting like communicating with teachers now will obviously help us be more successful in college.
Also having each other on the bus rides to our games, because certain people take higher level classes, so it's easy for us to like ask them for help, and they're always so willing to help the people who don't understand a certain thing.
and our coaches are different subject teachers too, so we also have that help if we need extra help on certain subjects.
Finding an oral surgeon is hard enough for yourself, and when it comes to your kids, it can feel impossible. We suggest our friends at Stewart and Arango because from emergencies to wisdom teeth and everything in between, they have you covered. Stewart and Arango are board certified with MDs who specialize in full scope oral, facial, and implant surgeries for both children and adults. Not only is their office state of the art, they lead the industry with the most advanced techniques and procedures. And when it comes to safety, they are pediatric and adult advanced life support certified and use a 3-day local anesthesia, which keeps you comfortable while limiting the use of opioids. Best part is, they're conveniently located at Northwest Highway and Hillcrest Avenue. So if you want the best of Big D caliber oral care, come see the friendly staff at Stewart and Arango. To learn more about them or book your appointment, visit saoralsurgeons.com. That's saoralsurgeons.com. Well, this is really good advice because in general, we talk about this a lot on the podcast, is just how you're so encouraged to advocate for yourself when you get to high school. And we've talked about, how to encourage those students that are a little bit more shy and don't want to draw attention to themselves. And I think everything you're saying is just like spot on and applies to, all kids across the board, not just the athletes. One of the biggest changes this year with Highland Park is that we are going from 6A back to 5A. Talk to us about how that's going to affect volleyball.
We're really excited. 5A's actually been split into 2 divisions, a bigger division for the bigger 5A schools and another division for the smaller 5A schools, and we're in the division with the bigger 5A schools. We're super excited to move down. 2 years ago, we were also in 5A, but we moved up to 6A for 2 years, and now we're back down. And we just think we have a better shot at state with our playing with like teams that are more similar in skill-wise than us than competing with schools that are super big in 6A.
I think it'll be a really exciting opportunity to have a completely new season this year, playing schools that we haven't played much in previous years, and kind of seeing our new rivals and just experiencing a whole new level of talent in 5A.
Even though we're moving down from 6A to 5A, it's not going to change anything on how we play on the court. We're still going to give everything we have onto the court in order to win state.
We're also shooting for an undefeated district season like we have the past 7 seasons.
So your season is about to start, and I want to know about the preparation. Like, how's the preparation going? How do you feel about the season coming up?
We are so excited for this season. We actually start our preseason camp before tryouts August 1st, which is coming up in about a week. And then after tryouts happen, it's really just kind of kickstarting our season all the way until November when playoffs end. And we actually are super excited to be invited to an Ann Kang tournament in Hawaii August 15th through 17th. So we'll be missing the first part of school, but it's going to be a great opportunity for our team.
So let me get this straight. You're going to miss the beginning of school because you're going to be in Hawaii.
That is correct.
That is pretty amazing. Well, I know that you guys are doing a lot of amazing things in Hawaii. You have the tournament, which I want to hear a little bit more about, but you're also like doing some good over there. You're doing some volunteering. You're doing some skills preparations. I am so fascinated by all the things you guys are doing over there.
Yeah, we are actually doing a practice a few days before the tournament. We hosted a team from Hawaii back in March, maybe, in our gym. So when we're in Hawaii, they're hosting us in theirs to get some practice. We're also going to Pearl Harbor to get some education in, just to like honor it.
I've been there before.
Mhm.
It is really amazing.
It's
Totally
amazing.
worth it.
Mhm.
Definitely. That's awesome.
We're also going to a food bank to serve some food in the mornings. And we're also going to a hospital to give some kids like coloring books and just like give them some like things that they have while they're having fun.
Well, you all are going to be so busy. I love that you're doing all the things while you're over there. You're giving back. You're doing a tournament. You're working on your skills. It looks like you have some interesting ways that you're going to be working on your skills through surfing. Tell me
Yes.
about that.
We're all doing, as Varsity, a surfing lesson. So 16 girls on boards in the water in Hawaii. So that will be a very fun thing to experience.
Oh my gosh.
I think it'll also be helpful, like team bonding experience for
Yeah.
sure in a completely different way that I don't know that many of us have done before, but also, it could help working on balance and kind of super intense focus on like training different muscles. So there are two sides of that surfing lesson that'll benefit us for sure.
No, absolutely. I love that you're going to do this. Please send me some photos of that because I would
We
love to
will.
share. I think this is so great. Hey, Park Cities families, we all feel that pinch of rising home insurance, don't we? But there is a solution, and it's closer than you think. Meet Kathy Elwell, State Farm Agency. She's not just our trusted show sponsor, she's also the expert you need to navigate these unpredictable insurance waters. Why get lost in a maze of policies and rates? Kathy has a knack for simplifying it all. Call 214-350-2692 or stop by kathyelwell.com to schedule a meeting. She's ready to review your homeowner policy and pinpoint where you could be saving more money right now. We trust Kathy wholeheartedly, and once you chat with her, you'll see why. It's not just about rates, it's about trust, expertise, and peace of mind. So don't let rising homeowner insurance costs catch you off guard. Contact Kathy L. Wall State Farm Agency now at 214-350-2692 or visit kathyelwall.com. With Kathy L. Wall on your side, you'll have an agent you can trust and help secure your family's future. Tell me about your team dynamics. I mean, as leaders, again, like you play a huge role of just getting the team dynamics down.
I think what's important for this year's team is that a lot of juniors and obviously us seniors are returning. So we already have kind of previous team chemistry. And what our team really has is that we have great camaraderie and we really trust each other on and off the court. So having that sort of like relationship will help us like succeed this season, and I'm excited.
Well, there's so many things that play into that team camaraderie, and it's so important when you're on a team. But one of the things that I think plays a big role is kind of funny experience, funny stories. And I understand you guys have kind of a funny situation that happened last season.
We were playing against one of our biggest rivals, which was Pierce, and their student section was like packed to the max, and so it got pretty hot in there. And then after our game ended, we had this shark named Bruce, because we would have like shark and we'd call shark when we got a free ball because it was like an easy attack.
Okay.
and they stole Bruce.
No.
So that
R.I.P.
was a pretty sentimental moment in our year. It was very heartbreaking.
And I assume you didn't get Bruce back.
We had to get a new one.
Okay.
We bought a new Bruce.
It
We
was
renamed
Brucelina.
him.
Brucelina?
I don't remember
Bruce-
his
I
name.
I think it was Brucelina because we had a guy and then we were like, okay, it's time to switch it up.
It's not the same though.
No.
If anyone has Bruce, please bring him back.
He's a dear friend of ours and we really miss him.
Are you willing to give a reward for it?
Yes.
There you have it.
You get
$10.
Brucelina if you give us Bruce.
You get a Spanish lesson. from Jenny.
So Coach Pressler, the Highland Park lacrosse coach, does not like to mention his rivals by name. He'll say those guys or the other
yeah.
guys for the second one. So
We're pretty open.
you don't have to say their name if you don't want to.
We're pretty open.
No.
Well, so tell me, we were talking earlier about the community and you love to see people in the stands and just that energy. And I experienced it a lot with, look, my son plays lacrosse. There was one parent that was rather enthusiastic at the state championship. All of the parents seemed to be kind of tired and the stands were quiet. And one particular parent got the crowd like really revved up. And he feels responsible for the win. Tell me about anything like that you've experienced, like a one fan in the stand that like really got things going.
Yes, for sure. We really enjoy our support from our fans. And I know we have one particular fan, I think his name is Leonard, and he comes to almost all of our home games and loves to get the crowd going wild. But we've also enjoyed having select groups or teams come out to support us. I know I was in AP Chemistry last year, and one night my teacher, Mr. Chuang, decided to give extra credit on one of our tests if the whole class came to one of our games to support. So we were super excited to have them there and really enjoyed their support. And I know as well as other sports teams, like I think basketball and Lads and Lassies, our varsity choir, comes and sings the national anthem for us for one of our home games, and they stay in support and cheer us on, which is just really exciting, and it means a lot to have them up there supporting us.
I love that. I just think that it just means so much to you all. We've talked to so many student athletes, and they all say the same thing. They just want the fans in the stand. They want to feel that energy. It just helps them so much. Well, I know volleyball is a huge part of all of your lives, obviously, but above and beyond volleyball, where do you see yourself going?
Okay, so I'm committed to Loyola Marymount for volleyball as well as school. So I'll be attending next year and studying there as well.
I'm committed to Georgia for volleyball, and next year I'll be going, but I also plan on studying business and going down the business path.
I am so currently in the recruiting process for college volleyball, but I plan on studying environmental sciences, which I found to be super interesting in the past few years. And so I continue to look forward to pursuing that passion of mine.
I'm still also in the volleyball recruiting process, but I really want to focus on like health, whether it's like mental health or gut health or like something in like the psychology or like athletic health, stuff like that.
Well, congratulations to all of you. That must feel so good. Like as a mom of a daughter that just graduated from Highland Park in 2023, I would feel like that just, having your ducks in a row and kind of knowing what you're doing next or being in the process must feel so good because it was kind of down to the wire for us and the decisions and everything. Imagine you're on vacation and an urgent home maintenance issue arises. Trust me, it can happen. But if you were a Mannerly member, you wouldn't have to worry about who to call to take care of an issue. Mannerly is a concierge home management service that proactively handles all your home maintenance issues and remodeling needs, even when you are away. From changing your AC filters to handling unplanned emergencies, Mannerly takes care of it all. In fact, they even guarantee their work. Hundreds of families in the Park Cities rely on Mannerly to take away the stress of managing their home maintenance, and you should too. Just visit Mannerly.com and schedule a free consultation with them. When they arrive, they perform a comprehensive walkthrough of your home and provide you with a highly personalized residence plan to make sure home is maintained to the highest standard. So whether you're on your next vacation or just busy with daily life, relax. Mannerly is there to take care of your home. So let's go back for a bit when you guys were a little bit younger. What advice would you give to your younger self?
I would say that having a lot of struggles is completely normal. I always thought I was the only one who ever struggled in school. But then, like, you look around and you talk to your teachers and, like, you get help and you realize that it's completely normal. And so I think that's one thing that I struggled with is, like, even in volleyball I would struggle, but I would tell myself that it's completely normal and that you have to have struggle.
That's
to
good.
succeed.
That is so true. And so many teenagers don't understand that so many people are going through the same thing that you're thinking as well.
Yeah.
I'd say if you love something, stick with it, because I know it's super important to continue pursuing your passion, especially if you come across, bumps or obstacles in the road. Like, that's, natural, as what, like Talia was saying, that will happen, but kind of continuing to pursue what you love, as for me was volleyball, as it turns out. And I just am so happy that I did kind of continue to grow my skill level. So
I would just say don't be afraid to, like, make mistakes and, like, take chances. Like, switching, like, club teams can be stressful at times, or jumping, like, from, like, club levels to, like, a higher team, or just even in school, like, tryouts. If you, like, hit a ball out, like, don't, like, let that get into your head and just keep playing, because, like, the more volleyball is a game of mental, like, so once you start getting in your head, it's not going to get any better, it's just going to get worse. So the more you try to block out the bad thoughts and keep on the good ones, the better it'll be.
I would tell my younger self that to never give up and to trust yourself and to trust God as well, because I believe heavily in that everything happens for a reason, and to never give up, because obviously there's tough events in your path, but in the end you'll end up where you need to be.
All excellent advice. That was so wonderful. So I know that you guys have an upcoming camp at the middle school, and a lot of people that are listening are probably wondering how they can get their kids involved into volleyball. Tell us about the camp.
Yes, we have a middle school camp August 6th through 7th, and you can sign up on our volleyball website, and we also have a link on our Instagram. But the middle schoolers will be able to work with the high schoolers as well as the high school coaches, so that's a great opportunity to, like, get to know us and to come and improve volleyball.
Perfect. Well, so I know that you guys have some fundraisers coming up. Every team always needs to raise funds to make the year happen. So tell us what you have coming up.
we actually in May had a fundraiser for Hawaii at the Sandy Pickle. It was just a beach tournament, beach volleyball tournament that we organized with our friends from other teams or just friends that have never even touched a volleyball before. It was just a great experience to get out there, have fun, and fundraise money. And I think we're probably planning on continuing it in the upcoming years. So that's something to look forward to as well.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really fun event.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that most teams are always looking for sponsors. You've got quite an impressive list here that I see, but I understand you're still looking for a few more.
We really appreciate our sponsors that we have now: Marlin Landscaping,
Origin Bank,
and Allie Beth Alman Realtors, specifically Ashley Rasmussen and Chris Pyle,
as well as Edinburgh Custom Homes.
but we can always use more.
I hear that. Well, so how can listeners find out more about Highland Park Volleyball?
Well, you can always search up on Safari Highland Park Volleyball and go to our website, as well as follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And we have links on our Instagram that lead you to our current events. And if you are a sponsor, you can email us at hpvbscots@gmail.com.
And as always, I will include links so you don't have to remember this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much
Thank you
for
for
having
having
us.
us.
This is so fun.
That's been another episode of the Bubble Lounge. I'm Martha Jackson, and I'll see you next time.
Go Scots!